Hey, Mr. Smoking, how you doing, bro? No, real life was yesterday. Today is fine. Today is alright. Um, but life will calm down after this weekend. Life will calm down considerably. I'm really looking forward to a bit more peace and quiet. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Not gonna lie. Sorry for being a bit late. Although it was just 2 minutes, but still. Sorry for being a little late. We are here now, though. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Courtney, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I just finished vocal warm-ups and singing, and I've just done an hour of voice. My voice is a little tired. Will not lie. My voice is a little tired. But Courtney, I have not seen you in a while. How's life been? It's been a while since I've been here. Too busy in Azeroth? Oh, yeah. Azeroth is fun, innit? Really is good fun. I'm just waiting. I'm just going to sit here and wait for people to filter in. And then we'll start. Because we should finish the main campaign today. And I heard that there's some cinematic that apparently we should be reacting to. Mr. Smoken, I literally just apologized to you. I don't know if you heard it, but I did apologize for being 2 minutes late. I literally went live 2 minutes after you typed Blasted Real World must be screwing with Akko again today. No, the Real World was yesterday. It screwed me over yesterday. Today we're good. I love this expansion. Mason being back has been everything I hoped it would be. Yeah, same. I think, it's clear from... It's quite clear from the game's perspective, from the story's perspective, that World of Warcraft has direction again, in everything that I'm doing right now, everything that I'm playing, you can tell, Ravy G, how you doing, bro? You can tell that everything was put in the expansion in the exact place that it needs to be on purpose. Even the side quests, Blizzard did say that the side quests were going to deal a lot more with the world. And then, the main storyline will be the main storyline. But even when you do the side quests, it is phenomenal how those side quests not only fill out the world, the zone, but they also give us a sort of insight into what shaped the events. So even if they don't directly relate to the main storyline, they do give us insights into how we got to the main storyline, which I think is just phenomenal from a storytelling perspective. And all of that is due to direction. It shows that there's berries. How you doing? It shows that there is someone directing the ship. Someone is telling the orchestra what to play. So the other day, I saw this YouTube video of an orchestra that is meant to play a piece of music, and they did the first take without a conductor. And it wasn't bad because they've played the song before, but the timing was off. So you would have some people that would start too early, some people that would start too late. You could tell the timing was a little bit off on the entirety of the orchestra. And then finally the conductor steps on stage, and now he directs it. So they're showing you what a conductor actually does. And it's phenomenal. As soon as the conductor is there, everything is on point. Everything is on time. When the drums come in, they come in at exactly the right time. The violinists, they come in at exactly the right time. Everyone's playing on the same tempo. And this is this is what Mason does for World of Warcraft. He is the conductor, and you can tell that. Just by playing through the expansion, you can tell that there is a conductor. There's someone saying, right, these quests we're going to move into the side because they relate to our overall story, but they're not part of the overall story. These we're going to move into the main storyline. So it is a phenomenal experience to play through this expansion, to see the world building, the level, the depth of world building is phenomenal. And I'm talking about stuff that you'll run into a random area that seemingly in the past, very little would happen in such an area. And there's either some kind of book or, I mean, there were 2 or 3 times that I ran into houses where there's like little things, items that you can click on that gives you a bit of history or a bit of story, you know? Just like these little items. You click on them and they give like a short little story of where this item comes from. World building. We spoke about this when we were doing the Rookery. But you go through the world and you find places that quite clearly the world itself tells a story. You know, without any quests, without any voice lines or dialogue. Just looking at the world, looking at what you see in front of you. There's a story here. I personally think this is probably the most amount of effort that's ever been expended by Blizzard from a storytelling perspective. Because it literally feels as if Blizzard have leveled up on storytelling. Even though you still know that it is gameplay first, and it still is gameplay first for the most part. What's really interesting is a lot of quests isn't gameplay first. There's a ton of quests where you're not killing anything. You're just running around clicking clues or running around collecting information. So Blizzard have clearly said, look, let's see how far we can take it before the player base starts to complain. Because you will get people that complain who isn't very happy. They just want to kill stuff and get it over and done with. You know, and you have to deal with that. You can't really get around that if you're a Blizzard developer. I suspect it's gonna get even worse in Midnight, because I haven't heard anyone complain about the main storyline. Every single person I've heard, including raiders, have loved the questing experience in The World Within, which tells me that Midnight, they're diving deeper. They're going to go even more balls to the wall to this storytelling and this level of storytelling. Which, of course, who would have won that, right? And then I would be remiss if I didn't talk at least for a second about what I consider to be the greatest addition to this new expansion, and that's Stay a While and Listen. Without a doubt, hands down, I don't think Blizzard could have ever introduced a better feature to storytelling, because effectively, this is the missing dialogue that I've been talking about since Battle for Azeroth. Now, just to give a quick recap so that people understand what I'm talking about. There are add-ons, for example, like Immersion or some shit. It's some add-on that's supposed to be more immersive storytelling. The problem that I have with those add-ons is World of Warcraft was never designed to be played with add-ons like that. And what I mean by that is the dialogue originally in World of Warcraft was never really crafted as a conversation. It was crafted as an exposition dump. The NPC would tell you what's happening, tell you what they need from you, and then send you on your way. It wasn't a dialogue. It wasn't a back and forth. So Immersion, or whatever the add-on is called, it was trying to force the dialogue into a dialogue, which it wasn't. It was never dialogue. It was just exposition dumping. Now we still have that. For the most part, all of the main dialogue is still just an exposition dump. There's nothing you can really do about that. That is just how World of Warcraft does things. But the stay a whiles and listens is what's been missing. It's what we need. Because that is dialogue. And yes, none of them is with the player, but it is with each other. And it's natural. It feels good. It gives you so much more insight into the story. And what's best, if you don't care about the story, you don't have to click them. If you do care about the story, then you click them. Right? And I click every single one. But I just think, this is what we need. And this is what we've needed in World of Warcraft. And I'm hoping that we'll see more of that, right? I'm hoping that in time, we'll see this particular type of storytelling develop even more into something greater, if that makes sense. That's my hope, at least.
For money.
Courtney, thank you for the 100 bits. Really appreciate you. Thank you. You're far too kind. What do you guys think? How do you feel about the questing experience so far? Mrs. Smoken, dude, the side quest chain about the old earthen who was losing his memory before shutdown freaking broke me. Reminded me too much of my granddad. That was a terrible quest line. Not terrible as in a bad quest line. I mean, terrible as in it was incredibly emotional, right? It definitely was. Berries, wow, what? Warhammer after WoW MSQ. Pringles, I can't say what I'll do after the MSQ. I have no idea yet. I'm having a lot of fun in WoW, so I might do a bit more WoW before I jump into other games. We'll see. Smoke and I agree with you. No, I won't do Mythic Plus. I don't like Mythic Plus. We might do a couple Mythic Plus, but I won't do Mythic Plus as like a, this is a thing that I do. It will more just be like maybe a couple just to fuck around and then move on with actual story. Rakan, how you doing, bro? Are you able to solo the new raid with that feature? I think so. I mean, it should be alive. It should be live now. The story raid should be live now. Frozen Solid, how you doing, brother? Okay, so story raid is next week. If they add a piece of story and a plus 20 keys, would you do it? Yes, but only because I want the story. But I would also be making quite an obscene amount of videos telling Blizzard to eat dicks because they put story in a plus 20 key. So yes, I will, but I will not do so happily. Kiki, how you doing? Story Raid goes live on the 17th. You see, I'm not happy about that. I feel like Story Raid should have been live with everything else, but I guess it is what it is. It was a robbery? Why? Did you not do your job, Frozen Solid? Courtney, what excites me is that Delves are already pretty cool, and solo players are already getting a lot of love. But can we expect to see even more solo content in Midnight? Or is Blizzard going to spend maybe a little bit? You see, because I personally think that they should spend more time making solo content. And the reason for it is there is already enough content for raiders and Mythic Plus players. Because they have dungeons, they have raids. What more do they need, really? The thing is, Delves is currently the only thing solo players can play. And I do think that I think a few more activities for solo players will really go a long way compared to making a new raid. Or, although there are some cool things that you could probably do with a new raid, come to think of it. Say you made, now this is just me, you know, sort of off, this is me sort of off the cuff thinking of, if we think about Delves and we think what Delves do in game and why it was made. Imagine if Blizzard made a raid where the raid itself is ridiculously hard. But entering into the raid, all players, imagine if you merged a raid with like mob remix. So when you enter the raid for the first time with your 20 plus people, you kill mobs, and those mobs drop upgrades that you can equip. And if your group has enough upgrades, they can go try and kill the first boss. The first boss will drop. Let's say the bosses don't drop upgrades. The bosses instead drop magnifiers. So it's items that can take your upgrade or your new thing that you learned, and it can supercharge it, so it can give you an upgraded version of that thing. But then the mobs that you kill is almost like a swarm activity. So whenever you're not fighting the boss, you're in this very large room, and the mobs just keep coming. It's just mobs after mobs after mobs. And you guys are killing them as fast as possible, trying to get, unlock buffs, temporary buffs, abilities, gear, passives, as much as you can. And as soon as you feel like you're ready, you run into one of the boss rooms, and there you fight a boss. Like, I feel like a piece of content like that could actually be super fun. And you don't make it to where it has a proper raid sort of layout. Instead, what it has is there's 2 rooms. So if I'm let me show you guys. So imagine it's like this, right? How you doing, Michael? So imagine it's something like this. So you have these 2 rooms, right? You have one room over here. And then you have a door. Say like a corridor over here, right? And this connects to a boss room, right? So this connects to a boss room like here. All right. Now, this corridor that you have over here, this one over here, this corridor, there is one of 3 different types of rooms that you can get out here, right? So every single time you go into this boss room, it will spawn some kind of boss. You don't know which one it is. You don't know what this boss will do. It's completely random. Whatever boss is spawned in this room. This is one of 3 different layouts. So one of them can have rocks. Some of them can have walls that sort of make weird lines of sight. Some of them can have lava pools, whatever the case may be, right? So this room is completely random. It's one of 3 types of rooms, and each of these types of rooms will spawn unique types of enemies. So they'll have bog standard enemies that sort of span all 3 of them. Say there's 5 types of enemies that are in each of the 3, but then each of these have like 4 unique types of enemies that drop upgraded gear and upgraded whatever. So you go through the portal the first time. So let's say like this. So right now you're doing this boss, and this is room number 1. Your group is fine, all 10 of you. So let's say it's a 10-man, right? So it's a 10-man. All 10 of you have the gear that you currently need. You've gotten quite a few upgrades. So now you decide, all right, it's time for us to go into the boss room. As you go into the boss room, into this boss room, so you guys are in here now, right? So as you're in here, and say this is boss number 4 on the roster, you've pulled boss number 4 in this one. This room now completely changes. So suddenly this room becomes room number 3 rather than room number 1. So now, let's say you've killed boss number 4. You go back out. You're in room number 3 with new types of enemies. As soon as you're ready, you're going to go back in there. This is going to turn to maybe boss. Let's say this turns into boss number 7. And then this turns into room number 1 again. And so on and so forth. So this is the raid. Basically taking Mob Remix, taking roguelike games, and merging it into a type of content specifically for raiders. What do you think of that? Now, this could be 10-man. Or you could even have a 5-man version of this. And maybe if Blizzard really wanted to, they can even have a 1-man version of this. What are your thoughts? Rakan, which solo content do I prefer? Basically anything. It needs to be challenging. So for me, solo content like collecting gear or collecting mounts or pets, no interest. There's nothing difficult. It's just luck, and I couldn't give two shits about luck or gear or pets or mounts. So there's nothing in that for me. But Mage Tower, loved Mage Tower. Torghast, loved Torghast. Basically, anything that tests my skill is something I like. Oh, but Michael, as I already said, this entire thing is based on Mob Remix. So this entire thing here is based on Mob Remix. So you get random abilities, when you enter, you have, let's say, 3 spells that are the bog standard spells for your class. So if you're a Warlock, if you're Affliction, you're gonna have access to, or we could even make it, if you're a Warlock, you go in there, you have access to Curse of Agony, Corruption, or Curse of Agony, Immolate, and Chaos Bolt. That's it. Those are your 3 spells. Every spell that you need and every spell that you can get is going to drop in year. And you're going to then use those to try and kill this boss. So you're going to build a spec from this room so that you can kill the boss in this room. Oh, but Michael, I see what you mean. So even the bosses are random or randomized. I think what happens there is you're starting to really build like a barrier to entry. The thing is, even roguelike games, the bosses and the mobs that spawn tend to have the exact same abilities so that you can learn as you go. If you were to introduce bosses where the boss has random abilities every single time, and let's say the boss has 50 abilities from which it can draw, that becomes an almost impossible thing to do. Because, well, there's no way of knowing. There's no way of preparing. There's no way of reacting. So either you end up with a boss that is very bog standard boring, right? So the abilities are sort of like, here's a 5-second window to move out of whatever the fuck is going to fall on the ground, right? Or here is a big line and you don't stand in the line. Or, so personally, I think I like the idea more of there, say, being a roster of bosses. And let's say there's 25 bosses. And at any given point in time, you can get one of these 25 bosses to spawn. And depending on the boss that you get to spawn is going to change the way the fight plays out. So in one run, it literally goes first boss spawn, then the second boss spawn, then the third boss spawn. Once you get into the next run, it's actually the 14th boss that spawns first, and then the 24th boss spawns after that. So it's completely random. Whichever bosses spawn, right? That would be, in my opinion, the best way to design it. So like those Anubisath trash mobs from AQ40, kind of like that. Rakon. But so what I'm basically talking about here is something like Delves, but in raid form. Would you guys play this? I've just joined. I have no idea what's going on. Frost, I'm talking about a new type of content that Blizzard can introduce for raiders and for dungeoneers and even for solo players. Because if you do this well, You can have a 10-man version of this, a 5-man version of this, and a 1-man version of this. And this can be a piece of content that players can do whenever they're done with the raid. So if you are in a normal raiding guild and you guys have killed everything on normal, but you're not really good enough to go to heroic, you go in here instead. Why do you need to keep doing the same raid over and over again? Just come in here and come kill the bosses here. If you're a mythic raiding guild, you're going to come in here and you're going to do it. You can even have difficulty layers, right? So you can actually layer it the same way you do with Mythic Plus, where there is a +1 all the way up to a +15, right? And +15 is mega super hard. Because in +15, maybe you have the ability for sometimes 2 bosses to spawn at the same time. Some shit like that. Some random crap like that. Whenever I want, just have to make up for it. That's always fun. Would you guys do that piece of content or would you not? How do you feel about that? Require more work of the devs part, and to do that, they might have to skimp on other things. Not if you do it well, Mr. Smoker. Not if you do it well. I mean, they made Delves. They made Mob Remix. This technically is no different to Mob Remix. Right? It can be done, and if you introduce it well, it becomes an evergreen system that you can basically always have for players to go into. Mega super hard content like Black Temple used to be. The interesting thing is, the current WoW player base doesn't seem to care too much for super mega hard content. That's... Look at how successful Classic has been. And Classic is not hard. In fact, Classic is super mega simple. And it's been successful because people are just having fun. I don't think the focus should never be on things being hard. The focus should be on things being fun. If something is fun, it doesn't matter how hard it is, people are going to want to do it because it's fun. If the only focus is to make something as hard as possible, you end up, why would I do this? This isn't fun. This is just hard. So yeah, I would say make it fun and people will do it. Guaranteed. What evergreen features from older expansions do you want to see come back? I mean, I've said before, class order holes is an absolute must. I don't understand how we don't have class order holes in World of Warcraft. It feels like such a missed opportunity. The thing with class order holes and why I think Blizzard not bringing class order holes back is, especially now with how deep the storytelling has gotten and how much time Blizzard seems to spend trying to make sure that everyone feels as if they have a part in the story to play. Class order holes is perfect for this, right? Because it allows you to do a couple of things. So the first thing is, it allows you to really amp up replayability. Because your class is going to get very different quests based on the class order hole quests. So people are going to want to replay the game just for the class order hole quests. But then more importantly, it also allows you to expand on class fantasy, which is something that oftentimes can go a little bit missing in World of Warcraft. Class fantasy doesn't necessarily exist in the way that it should or used to in the past. So I think class order holes is the number one for me thing that must come back. I would, and this is going to be a very controversial. Maybe before we do the controversial thing, let's go through the list of cool things. Farm, I think the farm from Mist of Pandaria absolutely must come back. It just must. The farm was such a successful piece of content that so many players really enjoyed doing that, again, it's one of those baffling things where I sometimes think back to all of the things that Blizzard did, and I think to myself, do they not see that that is literal content just sitting there waiting to come back? I mean, that's genuine content that could come back tomorrow. They could literally bring it back immediately because it's already made, and they just don't want to do it, right? They wasted all of that development hours on a piece of content that's now just sort of sitting there going to waste. The other thing I would love to see come back is the Mage Tower, maybe in some expanded form. I would love to see the return of Torghast. I think with Delves being back, there is a real opportunity here to make Torghast a new thing. Maybe not in Torghast, obviously, but you could use Karazhan. There's even an ability where the Ashes of Dalaran just automatically reforms itself into this giant weird tower. No one has any explanation for it, and the lore is we have to go in and figure out why is this tower here, right? So you could do something like that, and the tower would be on the Isle of Dawn. So you have an opportunity to bring that back. Then I think for me, a feature that, and this is going to be a room splitter, I'm already warning you, some of you are going to agree with me, some of you are not. So I will first check the temperature here. If I told you that Blizzard should bring back garrisons, what is your first response? X, how you doing? Call me Princeps, how you doing, bro? Shiva, how you doing? Good morning. If done differently, yes. Garrisons and autohols should be evergreen. All right. So we go there every day. You know, that's good. Here's how I want Blizzard to bring garrisons back. Bring them back with increased options for skins. Just skin options. That's it. Booker, how you doing, brother? Just skin options. In other words, allow the player base to collect skins for an undead garrison, a dwarfish garrison, a gnomish garrison, and then allow players to apply this skin, right? So they can make their garrison look whichever way they want. It's their choice, however they want to play the game, right? This is step number 1. Step number 2 is figure out full functionality and full movement of all things in the garrison. And this can be done over multiple patches, even multiple expansions, so that you have the ability to move everything wherever you want. You even have the ability to change the layout of the ground so that you don't have this clear place where it walks up to the main building and then this sort of valley where the buildings are built. You can move that shit around as much as you want. Step number 3 is figure out more skins and more functionality of buildings that does not impact gameplay. Step number 4, figure out professions that are garrison-only professions. In other words, carpentry. For people to build things like benches and beds and picture frames. Figure out places to put trophies of bosses that you may have killed. Figure out where to display your favorite mounts. Maybe your favorite mounts walk around in the garrison. Your favorite pets walk around in the garrison. You can pet them. You can play with them. Figure out a feature where friends can come visit you. All of this can happen over multiple expansions. By the end of this, you have a housing system. You have a housing system. And all you now need, literally the only thing you need, the final form, is give players the ability to build their own buildings inside the garrison and make the buildings look whichever way they want. And there you go. You've done housing. The only difference is, instead of doing housing in one massive expansion, you did it over multiple smaller patches. But you have done housing. And now players love it, right? Because those players that do want housing have housing. And they can, invite their friends over. They can have fun. They can do whatever they want. And all it required from you is a little bit of elbow grease and some time. This is to answer your question. These are the features that I think should make a return to World of Warcraft. You describe Guild Wars 2 housing. I've never played Guild Wars 2, but if they have it that way, then sure, let's go that direction. It's already implemented, but not with all pets at the same time. But well, yeah, whatever it is, right? I haven't been back to the garrison since we left WoD, so I've no idea what is or is not happening within the garrison. I am literally just talking about things that Blizzard can do to turn garrisons into actual player housing, and it should not be that hard. I prefer open world. Well, Rakan, that can still be a final task, right? So the thing is, we have to make a decision here. If we want right now open world housing, full-fledged ability to build the house in exactly the way that we want, then we will never get housing. It is as simple as that. Because for Blizzard to actually build the functionality for that system, to make the engine compatible with that, would be too much work for them. And I don't mean too much work as in they're lazy. I mean too much work as in, if they do that, then they have to bring out an expansion with probably no raids, no dungeons, no nothing, because they're just doing the housing feature. If we go smaller, we can always go larger later. But get the small stuff out of the way. Give people a place to call their own and to make it look like their own. And then 5 expansions from now, the final update to the housing system is you can now move your garrison to literally anywhere in the world. And bam, open world housing. Right? Now here's the one thing that I do want to say about that. As long as your open world house is completely instanced to you, I don't mind it. If what you're suggesting is an open world housing system, i.e. all other players can see your house in the open world, I do not want that ever. I have no interest in seeing your house being built where I'm questing. Why would I want to see that? So sure, if your house is only visible to you, great, put it wherever you want. Otherwise, no thanks. Because there is nothing more immersion breaking than running around and seeing someone else's dick house. Because you know players will do that. Someone built a dick in the middle of a field, and now you're supposed to quest around this dick. And it's like, bro, come on. Like, what? Really? Or people give their house the stupidest colors that doesn't fit at all with the environment. And you're just supposed to pretend like this makes absolute sense. So yeah, I'm in that regard, I'm happy to say no. That I don't want. Open world or actual open world? Well, what's the difference? Garrison, soldiers, and employees, so to speak. Well, they can have employees. That would be fine. Don't buy that it would cost you a rate. Your excuse? You could just tie it to guilds owning those houses. Rakan, it doesn't matter if you buy it or not. I spoke to someone that works at Blizzard, one of the developers, who told me the reason the garrison was promised, because remember, garrisons was promised to be what I'm describing to you now. The reason those promises were never delivered on is when they finally started to try to give players functionality, so you can move the buildings, you can put the buildings wherever you want, because that was one of the promises, it broke the game. The engine was never built to handle that. The engine is very specific. You put it there, you optimize it there, and then it's done. The problem is the second they try to give players full control, put it wherever the flip you want, just do whatever, it just breaks the game. Son of the Sword, how you doing, bro? Thanks for the 2 months part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you. You're far too kind. Tonight, Epsilon WoW already has player housing using GM mods. Lexel, but they don't use the exact same engine and not to the exact same state. This is also quite well known. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. The question is, to what extent? And what needs to be given up in order to make it happen? But it's when I say give up, it's a question of if you have 400 developers working on things, and you're going to move 50 of those developers to making full-blown player housing in World of Warcraft, that's 50 developers that isn't making dungeons, isn't making raids, isn't making delves, isn't making the world. This by nature means that those people are going to be doing other things. That's just the nature of the beast. There's not much else you can do about that. Excel, but I desperately disagree with you. And the reason I disagree with you is because monetizing housing isn't something Blizzard needs to figure out. It's already been done. ESO does it. WildStar did it. And WildStar is a lot older. EverQuest does it. In fact, monetizing housing is the easiest thing in the world to do. It's basically a license to print money. The fact that Blizzard hasn't done it should tell you that there are some strange complications with doing it. Now, if you're saying the developer is lying and you know best, that's up to you. I'm telling you what I was told by a developer that works on WoW. The engine does not play well if people are able to move things around as they want. That's what I was told, right? That's why they had to cut down on what was promised in the original Garrison, because once they tried to give people the ability to move things around, it broke the engine. The game would just be super slow, frame losses everywhere. And so they went, oh, well, fuck that. We don't have time to spend this much resources on trying to fix this. We'll just move on. They'll get whatever the hell this is. Old Republic, that is how you monetize housing. I'm not saying they're lying. I'm just saying that they're not being accurate. They have the means. They just need to properly work on UI and make it player friendly, and that takes resources. Yeah, but wait, why are you disagreeing with me then, Lexel? Because I'll remind you, you started this by saying no, and that was in response to me, right? And then saying the actual truth is, and now you're saying literally what I said, which is if Blizzard is going to do this, it is going to require resources that, at least up until now, Blizzard have argued can be better spent elsewhere. Now, you may disagree with that. You may say, well, no, I don't agree. I think this is the best place to spend those resources. And that's fine, but Blizzard doesn't agree with that. But remember, resources literally means developers. You need developers to do that. And if those developers are doing that, they're not doing other things. Now, maybe we could get a housing system out of the experimental team. That is something that can work. because they're not directly tied to the WoW team, right? I don't know if there aren't enough players wanting housing, though. I mean, if I look, the RP realms are not empty. The Dark Lord, how you doing, bro? There's tons of people playing. Fallon, how you doing, sir? There's tons of people playing on the RP realms. Are we convinced that there aren't enough players that want player housing? Common principles, that could work as well, right? Like, so I wonder, because raiding isn't as big as people think. So here's what I know for a fact, and the only reason I know this for a fact is Holly Longdale said this in an interview. Do you guys know how the overwhelming majority of players play World of Warcraft? I'm talking overwhelming majority of players. Take a guess. Anyone, take a guess. How do you think the vast majority of WoW players play WoW? Not world content, no. Guys, we were watching this interview together, by the way. No, Kiki? Complaining, that's a good guess, but no. Maybe they do also complain, but that's not the only thing they do. Not Transmog Farm, no. Miss Mossy, how you doing? Casually, no, it's not Transmog Runs. Jumping around in the main city, Brainwash, no. ERP, no. I don't think it's ERP. There's better places for that, I think. Guys, we were watching this interview together. I can't believe you guys didn't fucking hear it, or at least aren't remembering. The overwhelming, and we're talking about 80% of the WoW player base. No, it's less than that. Maybe, let's say 60 something percent of the WoW player base log in, finish the main storyline, log out and unsubscribe. This is from Holly Longdale herself. This is why you see those massive numbers at the start of an expansion, and then very quickly it tapers off. A month or two in, it tapers off. This phenomena, if you want to call it that, tells you the overwhelming majority of players love WoW, but there's nothing for them to do in WoW. And so as soon as they finish the story, which is what they're there for, they leave because, well, they don't want to raid, they don't want to do dungeons, they don't want to PvP. I think some of them will now play Delves because that's at least something. But unless Blizzard starts hyper-focusing on those players, that's always going to happen. 10 million players at launch, 1 million players at the, after a month or two after launch. Housing will bring some of those people back, because I know quite a few people who play exactly like this. They play at the beginning, then as soon as they finish the main storyline, they go play either Star Wars The Old Republic or Elder Scrolls Online or Final Fantasy, and they go housing because there's housing there. WoW doesn't have housing, so they find it more fun to RP in the other games. Blizzard needs to capture that audience. And it's safe to assume that that audience is not going to be brought back into World of Warcraft through raids and dungeons. That audience is only going to come back if there is more content for the RP player, for the ERP player, I don't think Blizzard should make tools for ERP players, but provide them a nice house where they can have a spanking room or whatever. When they provide tools for the solo player out there, those are the people, that's how you capture that 60%. Because if they were going to raid, they would have already raided, right? If they were going to do dungeons, they would have already done dungeons. They're not doing those things, which tells you they don't want to do those things. Time to get the hell out of the game. Like it's worth to get your character to max level. Wait till almost the end of the X-Pack. Hit all the catch-up mechanics. They fly. Yes, but we don't see the evidence of that playing itself out. The overwhelming majority of people don't wait until the end of an expansion to play the game, right? The reason maybe the reason I remember her saying this and you guys don't is because as soon as she explained it, that's how I play WoW. Whenever a new patch comes out, I come back, I finish the story, I finish all of the side quests, and then I leave. And I go play Elder Scrolls, or I go play... No, not Elder Scrolls, I'll never play that. But I go play Elden Ring. We're going to play Space Marine 2. Not, maybe soon. I go play other games, right? Because, what I want from WoW is story. And the solo content that I would like to play isn't there. So may as well just, may as well go play other games that give me that experience, that give me that joy. But I would love if WoW could do that, because then I just play WoW, would be easy. I'm not suggesting WoW would ever be able to be Elden Ring, but if they could give me Torghast back in some way, shape, or form, maybe a mage tower that is expanded, I can see myself playing for a lot longer. EPSI system. What the hell is an EPSI system? What? All the dungeons and the raid and the quest for the lore. I don't play nearly as much until there's new lore content. Yeah. How many of you play that way? How many of you listening to this stream right now log into WoW, finish the main storylines, log out, and then only come back next patch? Mr. Otto unsubbed me. Wait, Datefly, did you just resub? I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. Me, then ESR. All right. I used to raid, but not anymore. That's me. All right, Ms. Mossy. I assume their biggest technical challenge around housing is data storage. Usually the terrains and props are saved and loaded locally on our systems where players and mobs are synced to us via network. That could be one of the problems, right? Yanni plays that way. Now I do side quests as well. Well, the thing is, I count side quests as part of the story, no? I'd not be interested in player housing, but if the people want it, then give it to them. Kiki, so democratic of you. Dwayne's my mood, really? Player housing, the way Epsilon WoW has, would allow players to have their own phase and change any of the settlements in on the map. This allows you to create your own town anywhere in the world. As a role player, there is always something to do for me. Brain Wars, the truth is, RP players are probably the happiest players in World of Warcraft. That fact is not lost on me. It's a fact that's not lost on me. I will never RP. I have no interest in RPing. But RP players, even if there's no content, RP players don't even notice because they're neck deep in some fucking roleplay scenario where the Scarlet Crusade is attacking Stormwind again for the 500th time. And they're busy expelling the light fanatics or whatever, right? So they just make their own shit and keep playing. Whereas the rest of us that rely on Blizzard to actually play the game are sitting here starving like a bunch of beggars while the RP players is living the high life. You're missing out. Wait, you're missing out if you don't RP? I remember this was long ago. My girlfriend at the time dragged me to an RP realm in World of Warcraft. And as soon as we entered the inn in Stormwind, someone started typing at me in like an RP way. You know, so they were like, "Good day," or "Hello, good sir," or some bullshit crap. And I responded just normally. I mean, they responded with, I think it was in brackets or some shit. But they responded in brackets, "Excuse me, you can't speak like that." And I was like, fuck no. No, thank you. I am not going to talk as if I am my character. Are you high? Like, that is a lot of work to say a whole bunch of nothing. No thanks. I logged out and I never returned. I was gone from there. I am not typing as if I am my character. I have better things to do with my time. Thank you very much. Hello, Stolen and Goldshire are RP Hal currently. RP players are easy to make happy, but please more evergreen content. Let us play to max level everywhere. I think that would work. Might as well dress up to go. Fuck that, bro. I remember this one time I was waiting for a boss spawn and 2 gnomes came up to me and started hitting on me while I was waiting. I'm not even on an RP server. That would just be like, what are we doing here? Come on, boys. Go outside, touch some grass. Let's not do this. I have a busy enough life without having to waste my time.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Berries. I have a busy enough time in real life. I don't need to pretend to have a life in World of Warcraft. I have one outside of World of Warcraft. But I'm hoping my life calms down a little bit now. Have you read some of the RP convos? They get sickening. Oh, sorry, Breaks. No, I have not, but I would not be surprised. Like, I would legit not be surprised if there are people talking a whole bunch of nonsense on the RP realms. Good point. I need to find a job. Like, so, well, yes, but also, yeah, just find an IRL community, and you will very quickly realize that the RP is not real life, right? It's not the same. It helps knowing people IRL and being able to hang out with people IRL. Check the prices on gear on AH. The hideously expensive outfits are almost always sold outfits from vanilla era. Yeah, but that's... I had a friend who RP'd as well, although he RP'd as a banker. So he got himself the tuxedo in WoW, and he would literally just play the auction house and make money. But he wanted the tuxedo outfit because it fit his fantasy of how he plays WoW. Done the Emerald Nightmare raid with an RP raid group once, and it was really fun and immersive. They had Druid tending to the flora and fauna and Demon Hunter scouting ahead. Well, fuck me. Would I be annoyed? Druids, what are you guys doing? Well, we're tending to the plants here. Bro, the plants will tend to themselves. We got a boss to kill. Let's go. I will be... Oh, wow. Would I be annoyed very quickly at this nonsense? I'm working a few hours, bro. So I'm going to head back to Azeroth. Been keeping up on your videos, just not as much in live streams. Courtney, I still appreciate all the support. Thank you so much, and have fun at work. What's your opinion on upcoming Throne and Liberty? Throne and Liberty? Refresh my memory. Mongoku, how you doing, bro? Throne and Liberty is an MMO? Oh, Korean? Nope. Bro, as soon as I hear Korean, I'm out. With gaming, Korean girls are hot. They're alright. They can stay. But with gaming, fuck no. I do not trust Korean MMOs, bro. I do not want to sit there and grind my ass off for 5 hours just to unlock shoes. And I also, I don't know, not a fan. But then maybe, we'll see. I'll give it a go when it comes out. So I know, by the way, it's called Papa's Bulgaria. In this free Flash game? No, Lexel, I've not seen it. But I also don't play Flash games, so I have no idea. I think it would be another failure. Dude, the problem with almost all Eastern games is the fact that it is just money-making machines. They just keep trying to milk their player base for all that they're worth. I'm not a fan of that. My RP main is an arcane weaponsmith who had his shop in Dalaran until recently. What's the difference between an wait, so you make weapons, but only arcane weapons? How many weapons can you make in the game that is only arcane? Or do you make all weapons, but you just RP that they're all arcane weapons? Like, so yeah, there is a change in the air. I covered this in a video. You have an increasing amount of, and this is actually the funniest shit ever. So you guys know how... First, let me ask this. Do you guys know the cultural differences from a gaming perspective between the East and the West? As easy as that was not a good call. No one played them after a few months, like Lost Ark. By the way, New World on Steam charts got average 3,000 daily logins. Lul. I'm officially a dad now and was hoping Blizzard wouldn't make the War Within fun in the 0.0 patch, so I wouldn't care. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get some hearts in chat for Mongoku? Becoming a dad is the highest privilege a man can ever have. So congratulations, sir. I hope that your child will bring you endless joy and just peace. Everyone I speak to loves their children. So very much congratulations, sir. Legion smithing require hiring a mage to help out in the smithy. No, he crafts swords mostly, but he learned the arcane arts of enchantment and used it on his creations. Oh, okay. Brainwash is always so weird to me. Like, you guys speak about your characters as if they're actual people. That is insane. But also cool as shit. Like, I very much respect it. I'll make sure to teach her to give money for your alcohol and hookers. Mongoku, I appreciate that. But it's blow and hookers. I don't drink. It's just, yeah. It's just the poontang and the cocaine. That's what I'm into. Actually, hiring the mage is a quest. Basically, the Eastern games don't mind pay to win, but Western gamers Lexel, yes. Okay, so you are on point there. In the East, so in Asia, pay to win isn't considered a problem at all. So the way they used to think about this is, you are unemployed and poor, so you get to play the game all day. I am not unemployed and I'm not poor, therefore I should be able to buy everything that you get just from playing the game, right? That's been the mindset and everyone accepted it that way. Turns out in the West, we don't quite have that philosophy. Our philosophy is more like, yeah, bitch, you have a job and I do not. You'll grind just as hard as I do. Your job in this game is not the same place, so the grind you do at work doesn't count in the game. That's been the Western philosophy. No pay to win because we're all on equal footing here. For years, maybe more than a decade, Western developers were hoping that that Eastern culture will rub off on us. So we will become more susceptible.
Oh, damn. Thank you.
Wife, and how you doing? 20 months, part of the D-Generation. Appreciate you. Thank you. They were hoping that as time goes on, Western players would become more susceptible to pay to win. We will become like the East. In a fabulous turn of events that everyone with half a brain could predict, except for the developers. As it turns out, it is our culture that is rubbed off on the Eastern players. In a most recent survey, the overwhelming majority of Eastern gamers no longer want pay to win. They now agree with Western gamers that you grinding IRL in your job does not mean that you get to, spend money in the game to catch up. You have to grind in the game if you want it, which is beautiful when you think about it. And now, when all Western developers are basically going balls to the wall on just trying to monetize the living crap out of their games and making every game as hardcore sort of live service as possible, you have most of the largest developers in China and in Japan and in Korea saying that we should start making single player games, focusing more on the Western audience, because those games, so here's what they found. When they make a game that only really speaks to the Eastern gamer, only the Eastern gamers play the game. The Western gamers barely ever play the game. But whenever they make a game for Western gamers, both Western and Eastern gamers play the game.
Oh, damn.
So they're all in on the single player, let's go, no live service, no cash shop, $60, buy the game, play the game, finish the game, because they're making a hell of a lot more money on those games than what they made on their live service Korean style games or Japanese style games, which I just thought was so sweet. It was like, nom, 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 let's go, bro. We've won. We've won. B. Dudley, how you doing, bro? 33 rounds part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just proves to you once again, the way the West does things is the better way. When it comes to gaming, I don't know about the other things. I don't really give a fuck. That's some good cope they're smoking. The Western devs thought they could take away our freedom, but the gamers rised up. They will never take our freedom. Eastern gaming culture, just spam multi-platform, pay-to-win games. No one play. Numbers are numbers. Their success is not quality of games, but quantity. 0 and 8, some of the best games we've had in the last year and a half have been Eastern games. So yes, Ubisoft stock has reached a 10-year low, and they have to pay debts in 2 to 3 years, so they probably are going to go under. I wouldn't mind. Slovakia, how you doing, bro? Slovakia mobile games is going to be around for a while still. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to accept that for a while still, mobile games is going to be around. But I do think mobile games will also die. We'll go lunch. See you guys later. Have fun, Nexel. Cesius, what even are you asking, bro? Did you not see? Just look at this drop. Look at this. Look at what happens here. Ubisoft experiences an insane growth spurt around about 2019. Now look at it. They're almost back to where they were shortly after they went public. Bro, Ubisoft is getting their shit kicked in. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. The focus of myself with their games, finding the results of terrible management due to nepotism. Well, it's the result of just bad fucking games, is what it is. And, dude, here is how greedy this company is. They go ahead and they make a game set in the Star Wars universe. Now, if you've ever wanted to print money, the Star Wars universe is where that's at. Because even the shittiest of Star Wars shows have tons of viewers in the first episode. The Acolyte, for example, first episode, really well done. It was after the first episode that gamers went, or viewers went, the hell is this? And then they stopped watching it. So Star Wars is like guaranteed you're going to make money here. What does Ubisoft do with this information? Take a guess. Take it. What do you think this beyond greedy company does with this information? They decide to bring out the game on PlayStation and on Xbox and on PC. Good start, right? That's the secret to success. Except, if you want to play it on PC, you have to install the Ubisoft launcher because it's not available on Steam. You can't buy Star Wars Outlaws on Steam. You have to buy it from Ubisoft themselves, which is the most bonkers decision I have ever heard in my entire life. It's like, why would you do this? It's only greed, right? They wanted to force more people onto their shitty little platform, and they thought Star Wars is the best way to do that. And gamers just went, no. No. Gamers everywhere just went, fuck that, bro. Do your own thing. We will not play this. It's like the Epic Game Store. Epic Games have been trying to compete with Steam for how many years now? And what happens to every single game that launches on the Epic Game Store? Crickets. Gamers everywhere just said, nope. We have no interest in installing Epic Game Store. Launch it on Steam or don't launch it. We will not play it if it's not launched on Steam. Which I love. I think that's the most brilliant thing ever. Jan, how you doing? What do you think of Prime World Soul thing? Does that confirm that Azeroth is indeed a greater being? What Prime World Soul thing? Make it for you. Gamers don't buy. Evil Yahtzee gamers. Guild our game. CDJ, isn't that just the fucking bog standard approach? Haven't finished the MSQ yet. Stop. Ms. Mossy, you are absolutely correct. I have not finished MSQ yet. But we're close. We're close. I think I've blue-balled chat long enough now. I think you guys deserve to live a little. The War Within. This is so 2 weeks ago. We're all on the Space Marine 2 now. Well, Space Marine 2 can suck my dick, bro. I'm playing The War Within now. Wait, what? What is this? Come on, you son of a bitch. Traverse the hallway to the Ringing Deeps. Meet Brinth at the Deep Forge. But this is exactly where I'm going. Why is this thing being weird? Samurai, how you doing, brother? Ghostbands, how you doing, sir? Oh, we're finally coming here. I said this was going to be some kind of quest area. Or are we pausing this? No. Dude, when do I get to quest here? Block intake. For what? Ooh. Oh, this is one hell of a puzzle. Holy shit. Man, this is a massive puzzle. I may have fucked up here. Wait, no, I was going the right way with this. There we go. Now I just need to fix this bit. I need a straight in here. What the hell am I doing? Okay. I could. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, let's think. What did I just do? Just get a straight in there. Just the T pieces. Don't need a straight. I like the puzzles, bro. Living life. How you doing? Let's talk about it. These Bioshock flashback. I love these, but I'm a little. Never mind. Fixed it. Oh. I have a pick. I should probably sell some shit before I continue this main storyline. Hold up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Where is that? Ah. I love those puzzles. They may do more of those puzzles. In fact, they can do as many as they want of those puzzles. They are super fun. Have I don't know if I've unlocked. Oh, never mind. I thought I have to train this first. Turns out, nope. What works? Was that an underground dam? Was what an underground dam? Why can't I remove this? Oh. The place you were, you just were? I don't know if it's going to be a quest line in the future. Maybe it's some kind of side quest. I genuinely don't know, but it looks like it should be part of a story, no? So, well, I'm a huge puzzle fan, but not like games that's just puzzles. I like puzzles in games. But no, I need story. If I'm gonna like do anything, I need story. You can do the gear and get the mats, but you won't gain skill in the current version of the profession. Do you gain skill if you don't gain skill from disenchanting, no? Till 20-ish? Oh, right. Well, fuck it. I'm just living my best life. Puzzles are nice enough that it's simple and not like fucking Zeroth Mortis glyph puzzles. Wait, I can't remember the glyph puzzles in Zeroth Mortis. Were they hard? I don't remember ever like anything being hard really. Ophelia, how you doing? I can't use that. Oh, come on. Hopefully we get more puzzles in the future. Ophelia, how did you sleep? We'll move on in a second, guys. Let me just clean up my bags. Kirakunis, how you doing? Uncle Sam, how you doing, bro? You going strong, bro? Oh, yeah, man. I am very much enjoying this expansion. Slept good, but woke up feeling like someone tapped danced my body and head all night. Oh, Ophelia, you are not alone. I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock for gym, and I genuinely felt dead. I don't know why. I don't know what I was doing during the night, but I felt fucked. And then I still had to go to the gym. But luckily now I feel decent. Like I don't feel too shit. Oh, wait. This is an upgrade. Oh, not bad. Enjoy Growfile. I need to start working out so I'm not hurting myself in my sleep. Working out is definitely important. I can't use that. Dude, how can I have this many gear? Oh shit, contains magical energy and enchanter could learn much by studying it. Ooh, alright. I've got some enchanting knowledge. And this should be it. Right. Now we can relax. Now we can go do fun things, boys. Let's hand in this quest quickly while we're here.
My life not very
Thank you,
sharp.
Aklon. Have new home because you have future. You're welcome.
Bring back snacks. back.
Now we can watch 40k lore videos. Albawar, no. No, now we can continue the MSQ. Cosmic, how you doing, bro? How do you feel about the expansion so far? Dude, I'm loving the expansion. Although, I must admit, this is the first time in my life. What happens if you go up here? Oh. This is the first time in my life that I'm actually, like, taking my time. Really enjoying the story, really enjoying the game.
Perfect timing. I'd like you to meet a friend of mine.
Kevin's up there. It's like I'm enjoying the game. I'm enjoying my time in the game. I'm enjoying the story. I'm just having a good time. I don't know why anyone would complain about this expansion because it all feels really well done. I need to circle back to the story. Being in a CE guild, I had to get my tanks up to 80 quickly, but what I heard of the story, I'm excited. The story is good, bro. By the way, Akko, I think you should at some point do the theater trope events in Kazalgor. Some of them have interesting lore tidbits you might like. Yeah, we're gonna do all of that. Don't worry. This is not the end. We still have a long way to go before we can move away from WoW. There's a lot of secrets we're gonna... Like, once I finish the MSQ, pretty much the next few weeks is probably going to be dedicated to finding every single bit of lore that the game has to offer.
Directive?
Akalon, thank you for coming so quickly. I could use your help once again.
Back to work.
I tracked down a distress signal that led me to this... Oh, Umini, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I tracked down a distress signal that led me to this little maintenance machine. A curious find, but the real treasure is the defunct War Golem facility to the southeast. If we can start producing War Golems again, we'll be able to contribute to the war effort. Unfortunately, it's been overrun by a goblin salvage group, and we'll need to investigate and assess if the facility is functional. Fortunately, I have a plan. And it involves our little friend here. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Conversation. ZZ0147 is the last maintenance machine of the Deep Forge Golem Works. Say hello, ZZ.
Blurs a series of bleeps in ascending pitch and tips their form slightly as if in greeting. Hello ZZ, I'm Akalon. It's a pleasure to meet you. ZZ0147, is it? I hope you'll be able to help us in retaking the Deep Forge Golem Works. Vocalize a series of sounds in an attempt to mimic your greeting. That worked.
I attend to the archive.
Now that introductions are out of the way, let's sneak our way into this facility.
May your cause hold true.
ZZ should be able to make its way in there without drawing too much attention. But be careful. These goblins are hungry for raw materials. If they spot our bot, they won't show it mercy.
Task resumed.
We'll need you to go into... Oh, no. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, we're on a spy mission. I like this. Says with Zalata's feet, I continue to make them feel weird when I tell them they are the corpse feet of Inannis and not Zal. Yeah, but it is Zalatath's feet, though.
That thing is huge. Our work's cut out for us.
Oh, this is gonna be one hell of a
The
traversal.
facility is unpowered, but that war golem in the corner looks intact.
What? War golem in the corner?
We
What?
might be able to reactivate it if we can get some time in there uninterrupted.
Dude, what am I not seeing? I am not seeing a war golem, but alright. Funny story, it was your lore videos from years ago that got me to read all the books. Then I kept watching your videos talking about what you think is happening. Cosmic, I always love hearing that. That always makes me happy. If I know that I got people into the lore, that makes me very happy. Goblin music hitting hard. Dude, the music has been phenomenal. Her feet? Feet? Ophelia, well, yes. Look, it's not pretend like there aren't shit tons of people with a feet obsession.
We can't build golems without resources from Shadowvane. The site's mostly automated. It was abandoned centuries ago.
Why did they abandon it? I'm not into feet usually. Yeah, that is a thing that people who are into feet say. That's what you say to the girl so she doesn't think you're weird as fuck. Oh, you know, I'm normally not into feet, but your feet, oh, drives me crazy. And then she goes, what, mine? No, never. That makes Al very seductive. Oh my fuck. Never into feet. But Ophelia, if I'm not mistaken, you're a girl. And if you're a straight girl, then the feet that you should be into are the feet of Maine. And let's be real, Maine do not have cute feet. Hobbit feet. But I don't know, I wouldn't describe my feet as hobbit feet, but sure.
Conversation initiated.
So we're contending with a lack of power, materials, and a dangerous amount of goblins. If I had pores like an outlander, they'd be excreting moisture right about now. Is that proper terminology? I've seen your skin weep moisture before. Remarkable.
I will ensure your
Getting this factory up and running will be a
archive.
challenge. But I think we'll figure out something. Let's head back to Gundergast and consult with a friend of ours. His mind will be a big help to us here.
May the deeps continue to ring.
I'm assuming she wants to talk to the other kobold. Oh, what am I doing? All right. Oh, timer. I can kill this. Holy crap. Shit. Just too late. Sorry, bro.
I have some ideas. Let's get started.
Oh, we're talking to Dagran. All right, let's hear what Dagran has to say.
You have my focus.
Are you ready to put our heads together and come up with a plan? Yes.
Return if you have more.
We have our
queries.
work cut out for us, Aklon. But I think with Dagran's help, we can break this down and tackle it piece by piece. Why don't you take us through what we've learned so far?
Task. Are you ready for a summary of what we know? Time for a quick sit rep.
So there's a war golem left intact. If it reactivated, it could deal with that goblin in the big mech.
We'll need to get the waterworks operational to power the golem works. Unfortunately, some isolated kobolds are scavenging there. Keep an eye out.
Okay, so we have to go waterworks. Remember when we were just there?
We can't build war golems without materials from Shadowvane. Zizi's arc welder should be able to repair the facility's equipment. What is your query?
We need to secure the waterworks and get the Shadowvane excavation site up and running before we head back to the factory. Let's get to work.
I will ensure your name.
Getting the
is in
waterworks
the
up and
archive.
running is our first objective. Nothing else we do matters if we can't get power to the facility. Meet up with Dagran and Zizi once you get there, and try to keep them on the sidelines. I don't want to explain to Moira that her son was injured or worse, under my care.
Back to work.
Zizi and I will meet you at the waterworks, champion.
Let's do this. You guys said there's a delve here.
More Titan tech. It wasn't built to last forever, but it sure came close. I know we can fix this.
Titan tech. Okay. Titanborn, how you doing, brother?
Give me something to figure out.
This place is a mess. I think Zizi and I will stay up here where it's dry.
I'll contemplate what we talked
Overly
about.
enthusiastic kobolds, angry elementals, and a broken down power plant. This place is in shambles. Do you spot those large wheels on each side? They should be moving, but they're not. We'll need to get those moving again if we want this place to come back to life.
Make sure to take...
Nothing a little hard work can't fix. We make a good team. You and me and Zizi.
Twitches back and forth, sensor scanning increasing unceasingly. They seem afraid of this area, if they're even capable of feeling fear. Maybe clearing out some of the elementals will set them at ease. Boss. Is it a long delve or not that long? Because one of the delves I did in here was incredibly long.
Can't carry it. It's too far away.
Oh, come on. There we go. It's one of the ones I personally find more annoying. Long would be relative. Why do you find it annoying? What's wrong with it? Zekfur is worse though, unsoloable for me right now. Is the one that I'm about to do Zekfir, or which one is Zekfir? By the way, what's everyone else up to? You know, other than watching me play World of Warcraft? Zekfir is the level 8 big boss man. Oh, okay. Leveling my elves up. What level are they now, Miss Mossy? Took the day off. Nice Titan rebound. Also, I'm playing WoW as well. Lol. Just got my first champion tier piece. Nice. I can't beat 7 solo yet. Trying to. And how is it going? Extras Gaming, how you doing, brother? Hey, I'm happy to join you on breakfast. Lucy, how you doing? Working, relaxing, or watching you play? Relaxing and working. How's that going, Lucy? Why don't you just tell him to get off? Not in a sexual way, but get off because you want to play. Also not in a sexual way, but you know what I mean. I work from home, so I can go slow and relax and watch. I just need to get one more screen so I can do both. Oh. Yeah, well, not gonna lie, having 2 screens is definitely well worth
The
it.
hydraulic system is located in an obstruction within the plant. It's in the main drain. You'll have to enter the dam and manually remove the obstruction. Be careful. I suspect you won't be the only one in there.
Professions? I don't like professions. All right. Wait, so he's working for you? Thunderoinkies, are you using sex in order to get your boyfriend to do your professions for you? That is a very, very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Irresponsible use of sex. Can I do it? Can I do it tier 4? I should be able to, no? I'm a little low though. Nausicaa, how you doing, bro? Pushing delves as high as possible, and some of your ambient sounds scare me. Zero, I can only apologize. So what are we doing? Are we trying this? It's gonna be tough. Because I am on the level for it. Let's go. Oh, it's one of these.
That device keeps us safe from the poison. Hold on to it.
Do you intend to idle all day?
You might be a solution for this malfunction. Kobolds have desecrated the waterworks and kidnapped several workers. I ask that you save our workers and defeat the kobolds. The gears must grind again.
Watch your step.
Oh, brute force idol. When Bran calls for it, jumping on him will cause him to hold players into their enemies knocking and dealing significant physical damage split between them. When any player's health falls below 40%... Oh, shit. What's up? Bran's spells and abilities have a chance to weaken enemies. Let's go for that one.
That device keeps us safe from the poison. Hold on to it.
Wait, I have another ability here now. This.
Nice find!
Lifeless necrotic relic. The idol draws upon unholy energy to prevent fatal damage on players, instead healing them for an amount equal to 100% of their maximum health. While undead, they cannot be healed, lose 20% of their maximum health every 1 second, and gain 6% damage and healing done. Well, that is... So you're basically dead once that triggers.
Careful! The totem's power will drain whenever you take a step.
Shockwave.
Stand there!
Wow, these things do some fucking damage, actually. Well, they don't do that much damage, but they do take a long time to kill.
Shockwave.
Yep, this is true.
Let's have a quick sit down to recover.
What the hell? What does this do? Bran's Cozy Fire. I didn't know Bran can do this. If it's not smoke, it's not Gouda. Okay.
I'm out of range.
That device keeps us safe from the poison. Hold on to it.
Okay, I may die.
Hang in there.
Oh my fuck. I just pulled another one. All right. Ooh.
Found a bit of gold.
It's heal. He heals me like he's Donald Duck in KH1. Duck. Is arguably one of the most annoying dolls. I don't know why, but I'll believe you. Wait. They're absorbing all of my damage. How do I stop that? Oh, there we go. Some of them have... Oh my fuck.
Oh, don't go
Damn
down
it.
on me.
Oh, that's not good. That was terrible.
That device keeps us safe from the poison.
Let's
Hold
try
on to
this
it.
again. I shouldn't have stopped doing damage. I should have just kept going. Because we were good. He does channel, but he doesn't channel all that much. So technically speaking, should be able to do this. I don't know where to repair, so, you know, we're just gonna... I don't want to go outside because then I have to mount up and I don't know if I have to start over if I go outside. None of that, there's Mender. Oh wait, really? I'll go now. Okay, I'm not gonna go exploring too much now. We'll explore once this delve is over and done with. But we may need to... Yeah, let's...
That device keeps us safe from the poison. Hold on to it.
Is it this one?
You're looking a bit rough. Take a wee rest.
Please don't run out. I'm gonna run out, aren't I? Fake. Hold up. Hopefully it spawns again. Yep. Yo. There's some of you that's been doing way too many delves. Like, you know way too much about these delves. So, curious question. For how many of you have delves been like your main thing? Where you're just having so much fun with the delves? New hamster wheel? No, I do them when I see a glowing door or it's a quest. So what else do you do then if you're not doing delves? Oh, motherfucker. I almost died. Dude, this is not healing me at all. Thank you. Ryan hates healing. Yeah, he's a shit healer. Jelana, how you doing, bro? You get a bunch of 590 from crafting. Ah. Seems like a lot of effort. But I know apparently there's some good stuff. Like I said, he heals like Donald Duck. I don't get the reference. I don't think I've ever actually watched an episode of Donald Duck, though.
Look around. There's treasure here.
Yeah, I've never played Kingdom Hearts. The dungeons for gear on my main? Nah, fuck it. I don't care for gear.
Let's have a quick sip to recover.
Okay, this is going to be one hell of a fight.
Hang in there.
Fuck! I'm about to die. No, 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 no. Please don't die.
Keepers preserve.
Come on, you slut. Bran, you are a shit healer.
That device keeps us safe from the poison. Hold on to it.
Yeah, but you're shit, bro. Health dropping pots, the worst pot. Dude, these pots don't even really heal that much.
The totem's power will drain whenever you take a step.
What the fuck? That must have been a bug. Alright. Healing pot, right? Yeah, I ran over healing pots. They don't do shit. Bran, I would have kicked you already. Like, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I would kick him from this group. Drink off the bottle and throw it at you. Yeah, well, the issue is he needs to heal a hell of a lot more. I wonder if you, over time, level up his healing. Does he ever become good at healing, or is he pretty much always shit at it?
Here's your take of the spoils.
Shit them to higher levels, right? So basically, he's shit for now. Stops leveling at 15, and then you have to grind higher dials, level them to 60. I heard someone complaining, saying apparently it's bugged right now or some shit. I don't know. The coffer key, I think, gives you access to better loot. Or gives you access to loot. Like actual gear. But I'm not entirely sure. What is that mushroom? Okay, let's go save this
You're looking
individual.
a bit rough. Take a wee rest.
We'll come collect all of the treasure and the leveling and shit once we finish this delve. Little Blondehead, how you doing? The mushroom is a boss? If you walk on it? Wait, really? So then I should go back. See what I mean with those little... Look at how absolutely fuck all these things do. Healing over time right up the asshole. Holy crap. All right. Did not expect that much damage, but okay. Need a new one to spawn, please.
Treasure. I know it. We're close.
And we're on our way to go collect the treasure. Well, not the treasure, but this boss. You said if you walk over it, it's a boss. Oh, hello.
Shockwave.
Oh, crap.
Shockwave.
Oh, man. Fuck off. Oh, here we go. Allow you to double jump. Each time you double jump, you are healed. Well, let's
more
go.
like it.
Oh. Now, what will this be then? Oh. The jumpy thing. Sometimes Mushroom Guy replaces the adventurers you deal with. Oh, I don't think we can make it. But now we have some healing, boys. Look at this. We're finally going to be able to heal. Have to be in a bountiful delve to use the key? Yeah, I'm not in a bountiful delve. I don't even know how to make a delve bountiful. Hey, Lucy, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. I thought you were followed already. Sir Duncan Ross. So between Unholy DK, Shadow Priest, and Arcane Mage, Frost Mage, which be easiest to play level and also able to PvE content? Solo rares doing delves and raiding mythic stuff. Easiest Arcane Mage. You can level as Frost. We can level as Arcane as well. Leveling is super easy now. But if you're looking for what's the easiest to play, it is guaranteed Arcane Mage. Most of the others will require at least Shadow Priest can be a bit finicky. If you have Carpal Tunnel, then Arcane Mage for sure. Although I could probably be mistaken. I haven't played Arcane in a long time. It used to be the more easy one. At least to get into. Not... To master all classes in World of Warcraft take a little bit of time to master. But if all you're really looking for is just to get into it, I'd say Arcane probably.
Shockwave. Shockwave. Shockwave.
Watched Deacon and Demon Hunter tank solo Heroic Dawnbreaker the other day. I really go on Twitch, but I have some updates, so I jumped on my phone. Well, Lucy, I'm happy to have you here on Twitch. And honored that you decided to join on my behalf. Simulacrum, how you doing? A dull follower healer rolls sucks. Better to have them DPS. Well, they do heal a little. It is true. They're not the best healer in the game, but, you know, they'll do in a pinch. They're pretty much Raid Finder level healer.
Hey, be careful!
Oh. Oh. And I've done that. Did get a rework, but I don't know enough to speak on the mechanics yet. It's absolutely pumping right now. Arcane is a lot of fun, but it doesn't have as many, like, intricacies. It's easier to learn, I think. It's sort of like, what's nice about Arcane is it's pretty easy to learn, but hard to master. Like, the difference between a great Arcane mage and just a normal Arcane mage is night and day. But almost all Arcane mages should be able to do reasonably well. I'd say once you get it to Shadow Priest, it becomes a little bit more difficult because dots is almost always going to complicate things. Learning how to dot, when to dot, what to dot, how long must things be alive in order for dots to even make sense. That can be very tricky. And then the other thing is Unholy Demon Hunter has always been slightly confusing. Oh, Black Bolt, but it actually makes sense now. Remember, Arcane has a lot of mechanics to max your damage, buff management with the mana stuff and all. Real pain in the ass. Well, Frost Mage is probably the easiest of all of them to play. I've played Frost quite a bit. It's quite fun. Herto, how you doing, bro? Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Go Frost. Frost is definitely going to be... If you're looking for easy... Dude, well, no way. Oh, this is nice, actually. This might not make a lot of sense to you. But just Blizzard adding this small little interaction. Because it's not necessary. Right? It is not required. This is how you know... Developers, first and foremost, love what they do. They had a ton of fun doing what they do. and they were paying attention to the little things. Because they could technically have made Bran literally just stand by your side waiting for you to move. Instead, they have him lean against the wall. Just sort of chilling, arms folded, waiting for you to move again. That's cool. That's really nice. Nice attention to detail. Because you'll be surprised how many games don't pay that attention. Like because it is an immersion thing, right? It's not the kind of thing that's gonna make or break the game. It's just immersion. Have you had to revive Bran yet to get your achievement, Raising Bran? No. No, I have not.
Let's have a quick sit down to recover.
Miracles, how you doing, bro? Can Bran die? Well, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Bran die. I've died for the first time in this one twice, but I've not seen him die. My way of playing Affliction is to dot everything with everything that I have. Affliction is super fun. I love Affliction.
Careful! The totem's power will drain whenever you take
Oh,
it. That device
what?
keeps us safe from the poison. Hold on to it.
Dude, that is nonsense. You guys saw me pick up a big one. A normal one, and then it just goes out. Come on. Does it die when you pick it up and you still have one alive? Is that why it does that? Hello? Well, that sucks. No, you son of a slut! Come on, what's going on? There we go.
Watch your step.
They'll never be using that move.
AOE incoming. Watch your step. Watch your step. AOE incoming.
Oh, this sucks dick.
Hang in there.
Watch your step.
Let's get a little bit of healing in.
AOE incoming. Watch your step.
Oh, nice. Oh, this was the final boss? Oh, that was pretty easy. That was easier than I thought. But now we have to go explore.
Fantastic.
Pick up Soulburn, Soul Rot, then Dry Knife, Soulburn, and Dry Knife again before Soul Rot falls off. Oh, shit. Okay. I see what you mean.
I need a target.
Respawn, so you get him back in short order. But apparently there's an achievement if you heal him. Now, before we do this, let's explore. I wonder if Blizzard is going to fix this, or if they're okay with us doing it this way. As soon as you kill the final boss, the poison goes away, and now you can literally explore. Because it does kind of defeat the purpose, no? Yeah, we're going to do the drain in a second. I mean, the whole point is you have to sacrifice in order to get the shit unlocked. No, we're coming back to this room. Because I think we collected everything in the first area. So we're not going to save too much time if we come back to this room. Oh. Do you have a torch in your bag? I don't know. Do I?
That's more like it.
Can't remember why. What does the torch do? Oh.
Oh, Bram's got your back. Smell that? It's treasure. I know it. We're close. You're looking a bit rough. Take a wee rest.
Oh, thanks, bro. It lights up the corners to reveal treasure. What? Let's see. I don't think so, no. Installed the DAO successfully because boss got some dots on him. That's cheating. You have to start over technically. I think I deleted a torch.
Nice fight.
Oh, we're so close to dinging. Please let me ding him on this one.
That's more like it.
Oh man, like what?
Fantastic.
Yeah, okay, so he's not dinging on this one. Well, that doesn't help, but alright. Why don't you fish, Bran? Fish, fam. Asshole. The bubble ones are usually helpful to you in the delve. Yep. Look at me not being helped at all. Wow, we should have picked up the treasure. I am running all the way back to the beginning. Oh, fuck off. Really? Surely I won't die. Come on, bro. There we go, he just dinged. Bran, are you gonna heal me or am I just gonna die now? I wonder what happens if I die now. Do I just remain a skelly boy forever?
Fantastic! That device keeps us safe from the poison. Hold on to it.
Oh, there we go. There's one more here. Now I can't sprint, or else I die.
Fantastic!
Hand unnamed, preventing all healing, losing 20% maximum health every 1 second, and increasing damage and healing down by 6%. What a useless spell. So I'm now just the skelly boy. I wonder, do you think you die if
Hey,
you use
pal.
your gate here?
You just blowing from Stupid Town?
Work on skeleton form. So how do you get out of skelly form? Is there any way to get out of skelly form? Exit valve or die. Wow, what a fucking choice. Nope. I got out of that form by dying, but I don't want to die again. I like being alive. Karaganis, I'm not, like, why in the hell would I trust you? You can clean this with fire. Yeah, alright, fam. Oh, wow. I just took damage. I can't take damage. What am I doing? Oh, shit.
Oh, Fran's got your back. They'll maybe using that move.
Why, I really...
Good news. The drainage system is reading clear across the board.
I live.
Have you considered a fulfilling role in sanitation? You wouldn't believe what happens in Ironforge during Brewfest.
Chat. Fuck you. I see all of you in chat immediately going, lol, get wrecked. And yet, I survived. How does it feel? How does it feel knowing I survived? No. Oh, what's this? Archaic cipher key. Knowledge lost and fragmented, waiting to be uncovered. Alyssa Starseeker might know what to do with this. Bring the archaic cipher key to Elise Starseeker in Dornagal.
fantastic!
Alright, I think we're out. Barely survived? No. I did it, bro. Because I'm so good. That's why I survived. I changed up my spec a bit to my rotation, and now I'm out-faced in Affliction. Alright, yeah, I've not touched my spec. I've gone starter spec, and that's it. But single target is amazing. Well, of course, Miss Marcy. I can't die. I just edited it out. This is a god giver. What else can one say? True, Kiki. Absolute truth.
I want to see everything. Sorry, I got distracted. Keep your eyes open.
Oh, right. Wow. For a second there, I was like, wait, did I not complete that delve? Oh, here we go. Alright, it is up and running again.
Back in action. With my brains and your brawn, we're bringing this ancient facility back to life.
Another puzzle to solve?
On to adventure.
Wow-wee, look at it go. Just a fraction of Azeroth's power harnessed for its protection.
I need some time to think.
Thanks. I'm sure Zizi appreciates it. When we're done here, you can find them at the Shadow Vein extraction site.
Oh, are you headed out?
I sent Zizi ahead to the Shadow Vein extraction site. From what they transmitted back, it looks like the area is swarming with rockworms and covered in this discharge. I gave them an upgrade while we were waiting for you. I don't know how effective it'll be in battle, but the results should be shocking for anyone that tries to threaten them.
I need some time.
I sent Zizi to check on the equipment in Shadow Vein. I'll join you after I finish some maintenance work here.
Look at Dagran go, bro. Just fixing the world's problems. So this is Shadow Vein.
Another outbreak of violence. Time to stand up and shut this down.
Alright. Zizi. Keep beeps and recognition and excitement. It seems like they're ready to get underway. Zizi is ready to help. You get Shadow Vein side up and running again. Alright.
Based on Zizi's initial findings, it looks like none of the Crushers are receiving power. Check the nearby power substation and see if something's amiss.
Oh, I'll check it out, Black Walls. Thank you. I appreciate that. But there's something I have to kill over here. I saw it. Where's that crystal thing? An earthen hammer, an abandoned pickaxe. That thing. Slow and slay the lava warden. Now, where do the lava wardens spawn? Is there like a specific spawn point for lava wardens, or can they spawn anywhere? Dude, I'm all for more characters like Dagran in the game. Characters that you can just experience the story through. Oh my fuck. Well, I guess I broke it.
Now that the dust has settled, we can all move on to our next agenda. Expressing gratitude, friends.
I killed it. It's fine. We won. Alright, let's see what's happening in here. Oh, wow. This is a mess. I don't see any wax, though. Interesting.
Power isn't reaching the main delivery conduit. Look around in the substation. You may need to reroute the power piping nearby.
Oh, another puzzle. Let's do this.
With these pipes in tatters, the water can't reach the boilers. If those valves are opened in the correct sequence, they should reroute the water to the working line.
Okay. So we want water to go this way. Am I correct? So we want this one. And this one. Does it matter? I'm assuming it doesn't really matter. Oh, really? What? But I don't know which one is the correct one. So we'll just keep doing this. Maybe top is the correct one then. There we go. I was hoping for a bit of a harder puzzle. Instead, it was just, yeah, whatever.
Power is on.
My third.
Spreading to machines and buildings all over the facility. Let's deal with those seized crushers next. Zizi's arc emitter should be able to help with those crushers.
Why is he not? Right. Mm-hmm. Chat. Chat. Do you guys think that the first patch is gonna be even better than the base? In terms of storytelling, I mean. Like, what is your gut feel? This time, yes. No, because there will be less side quests to do, which will make it feel lesser. Like Chamber of Memories, Dagron hangs out in is like a Chamber of Hearts. We used Heart of Azeroth in. But we'll use Dark Heart to power it. Either Dark Heart or it really is just going to be a bunch of memories that we collect, which is going to be super cool. I would say I don't think they're gonna make more side quests, but I do think though, I'm looking forward to seeing how much things are added. Like, for example, now we know that this first patch isn't going to be too much, right? Because we know that it's the anniversary patch. But the thing that I'm looking forward to, Nico Spider, how are you? I still think we're going to take a big old owl at the end of the 6-pack. Oh yeah, 100% I agree. We know that it's going to be the anniversary patch. But remember that Blizzard may always add more delves. They may do new interesting things with delves, so that's going to be a big thing. Mythic Plus is going to be a big thing. I have a feeling that even with fewer side quests, not to mention the fact that there could actually be new side quests that Blizzard adds, because side quests tell world stories now rather than main storyline, right? So we could get a lot more side quests. But even then, even if it is just an MSQ that's added, with the level of what the MSQ was, like, how good was this MSQ, boys? How good is this MSQ? Be into arm softly as the projector reaches the appropriate operating temperature.
You'll see a large cave at the north edge of the site. The final array of crushers is in there. Look for a master switch that controls them.
Nico Spider, I'm sure you're not alone. Okay, so we can just activate this now, no? Oh, shit. In interviews, they mention DAOs that evolve. Maybe a door that used to be closed will become open, that sort of thing. The possibilities really are endless. Wait. What? What I also worry for in this saga is maybe it's just going to be Zal trying to manipulate different races every patch and teach them at the end of it. When she is done with them, that might get boring quick. We don't know if this is going to be the story all the time, but it might. I don't think Chris Mason would do that. I think Chris Mason would understand that that would be a really stupid storyline. I mean, are we really prepared to say Chris Mason doesn't know? Oh, man. Come on. Dude, are you for real? Maybe if we go this way? How are you supposed to get to that? There we go. I don't know what I just collected, though. Alright. I mean, I did flip this. Where am I supposed to go now? Report your findings to Dagran.
Well done, Outlander. We're back up and running. Now it's time for a little creative problem solving.
More angles of feet every new expansion. I finished normal raid yesterday. Seems to close the door on the Nerubians. Maybe Zaratath corrupts goblins next. They are present in Ashkahet. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be goblins. If you want to push some higher DAOs, I think Underkeep is really easiest. Have they released any... No, not right now, Zero. I'm trying to finish the story. Have they released any kind of roadmap for this expansion in terms of patches? That's actually an interesting thing. They have not. It has been quite interesting that we are yet to see an actual roadmap. Unless I've missed it, but I've not seen a roadmap at all. Have you guys seen a roadmap? Where is it, Magical Gams? Because I did not see a roadmap. Oh, so we're getting the roadmap by the end of the year. I can respect that. I can respect that it's only going to be at the end of the year. Mainly because we already know. So we know what 11.05 is going to be. We know that it is the anniversary event, right? Which I'm not entirely sure how people are going to feel about that. But never mind that, you know. Hopefully there is some max level stuff that people can enjoy, and not just new seasons. Hold up, let me just quickly see here. Magical cams, thank you, sir. Oh, here we go. Well, there is some story and quests that's coming in 11.05 and new content. So we don't yet have a new roadmap for the rest of it. Yeah, there's still a lot that needs to happen. Does that mean patch 1.11.1 will run until the end of the year or close to it? No raiding around Christmas would be nice. Nico, well, no, because so you'll have soon-ish we'll get 11.05. I expect probably within a month or so 11.05 will launch. No, wait, didn't they give a date for 11.05? I can't remember when the date was, but it should be soonish. That means you're gonna get 11.1 about 2 months after that. Yeah, so you're not really gonna get... Wait, that feels long. November. Doesn't November feel a little bit long? The expansion launched in August, right? So then you have September, October, November. If it's early November, that could probably work. Yeah, that does mean that 11.1 will only be January.
I speak for the machines. May the deeps continue to ring.
Started if they follow D4 cadence, 3-month season, brings us into January. Started, we got like 1 month time gate. So I'm not really focused on the season, as it were. I couldn't care less about the season because fundamentally, from Blizzard's perspective, this is what they said. So we'll judge them on if they can actually do this. They want to be able to do new content. Fighting Spirit, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They want to be able to do new content every 2 months, right? That's sort of the goal that they've set for themselves. Now we'll be able to see, well, around every 2 months. So a little bit longer maybe than 2 months. But we'll be able to see if they can stick to that content cadence, because that is a tight content cadence. That's not easy. It's not easy to deliver new content that quickly. So I'm going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see if they can actually stick to it. What do you think of 1-year expansions? Rockin', well, it's not really 1-year expansions. I think a lot of people overreacted to the argument of it's going to be shorter expansions. Because if you actually listen to what Blizzard said, it's not really shorter expansions, right? So fundamentally, it's going to be anywhere from like 1 year and 8 months to 1 year and 10 months per expansion. So almost 2 years. What Blizzard is trying to do, Ian said this in an interview, you know the bit of an expansion right at the end, where usually they'll do that season 4 shenanigans with the time walking stuff or something like that. They want to get rid of that. So they don't want that sort of 4-month period of no new content. They want to see if they can get rid of that content. And just so, in other words, the way it will work is, let's say patch 11.25 is the last patch. 2 months after 11.25, 12.0 launches. Right? Or it will actually be, 12.0 launches. And, that immediately leads into the expansion launching and so on and so forth. So it's they want a smoother transition from end of expansion to beginning of new expansion, which I kind of get. If the more downtime you have after a big expansion, the more time players have to sort of find other games, but also to lose track of the story. And it's going to be super important, if the story is connected in the way that it is now, that players always feel connected to the story. No, Goku, but that's just... So, from a story perspective, you are correct. From a story perspective, we are effectively getting one expansion told over 3 expansions, but that gives Blizzard the ability to expand on the story a lot more. But in terms of content, can you really say that? Like, let me ask you guys this. Have The War Within felt light on content for you? Is there any of you that feels like there's just not enough content in The War Within? Yeah, there's a shit ton of stuff to do, right? The whole time. So I would say it's definitely not a cut down version of an expansion. Like, I would have agreed with you if, there wasn't enough content. Then yes, they did kind of just take one expansion and split it into 3. But I think this is going to be closer to 2.5 expansions being told over a shorter period of time in terms of overall storytelling. We're back and we're ready. You and ZZ head in and cause some mayhem. Blow stuff and make a mess. That will draw them out of the manufacturing bay. I'll use the commotion to sneak inside. Join me when you're able, and we should have a chance at reactivating the facility and driving them out. We don't need to defeat them all. Defeating the Darkview's leader supervising this operation should break the resolve. Lackeys will clear out when the coin stops flowing.
May your cards hold true.
I didn't like Dragonflight. It's the only expansion ever that I didn't really play. Tajinor, I will say, I always find it funny whenever I hear complaints about people fucking spam leveling and then complaining that there isn't enough content. And it's like, well, bro, welcome to every expansion in the history of forever. Like, it has always been relatively weak on content on the first few, the first week or 2 after an expansion, because, well, why wouldn't it be? Blizzard is trying to get people to level. Sadly, there's a lot of people who don't take time to enjoy the journey. Slow down. Life is to be savored. We got a Sojourner of Isle of Dawn achievement by accident trying to follow the campaign. Nice. That's actually awesome. Some people on Discord said it's to justify giving you 10 more talent points, but you can earn them from finishing parts of the MSQ, in my opinion. Wait, what is to justify? I don't understand. What is to justify? Oh, wait, but I mean, we've always had 10 new. Zer Virus, 10 months part of the Degeneration. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. But we've always had 10 new levels per expansion. The only expansion that didn't follow that trend was Cataclysm. Cataclysm only had 5, and the problem with Cataclysm is most people complained.
Drop those mugs and go see what's going on!
Mana Buns, how you doing? Welcome back. Oh yeah, did Pandaland have 5 as well? No, Pandaland had 10. No? Pretty sure Pandaland had 10 levels. Or am I mistaken? Oh yeah, it was, you're right. It was 85 to 90. Well, it depends on if Blizzard feels like... You know, I'm not entirely sure if Blizzard feels like they have to. Sorry, I'm just busy fighting shit here. I don't know if we're gonna get 10 new levels with every single one of the World Soul Sagas. Just to kind of give you guys a bit of my thoughts here. I think what is going to happen is we had 10 levels now. My prediction is Midnight will have no new levels. I think Blizzard is going to try their hand at... I think Blizzard is going to try their hand at horizontal leveling. Not sure if it will work, but I think that's what they're going to try. And maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, who knows. It's somewhere we were going to get a stat squish from at night, which makes me think we'll go back to 50. The truth is, I wouldn't mind a stat squish, but then also still not 10 new levels. The problem I have with going for 10 new levels is if we keep... So, let me do this. If we keep going with this 10 new levels every single expansion, we will have to do stat squishes and level squishes every few expansions. There's no getting around it. If you put 10 levels on top of every single expansion, you do get inflated levels, right? Now, there's two ways of dealing with that. Way number one, you just stop caring and you just keep going. Way number two, now Blizzard doesn't like the not caring, just keep going. They do seem to care about this. So number two is to say, rather than 10 new levels every single expansion, do 10 levels at the beginning of a saga, finish the saga without any new levels being added, just keep adding storyline and story quests, and only do 10 new levels every saga. This means that you're only really, if you do a stat squish at midnight, say we go back down to level 50. Now we play level 50 for midnight and for the Last Titan. Then only by the next saga do we go up 10 new levels. That's 60. Now we do 2 more expansions. So you can see very quickly how it's only really going to become a problem again by the time we're 13 or 14 expansions in. That's when you have to start worrying about level squishing things again. Horizontal leveling. A character get fat. Wouldn't surprise me if they level squish every saga. Oh, damn. Thank you. Aish, how you doing? Thanks for the sub. Really appreciate you. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. How are you, Aish? Problem is, it takes them an entire expansion to fix the stat squishing on old content to Xmark farm. In some cases, it doesn't get fixed, like PFA raids. You still don't do legacy raid damage. But there is the problem with... the issue with stat squishes is that it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, right? You can't just go, well, we've nerfed all stats by 60%, so we'll just nerf all raids by 60%. Because in many cases, you can have certain fights where the problem isn't the boss's health, the problem is some of the boss's abilities. And it's not so much that those abilities do too much damage that it will one-shot you. It's more a case of without enough damage, you're not going to be able to kill stuff quick enough in order to... So there's like a... There's always going to be a mathematical problem. I don't know how you solve for the squish problem indefinitely. This I can't answer. I have thought about this for a long time. The only way you can do it is by doing full-blown horizontal leveling. So there's never vertical progression at all. It's all just horizontal. The problem with that is you very quickly start running into an issue where how do you motivate players to raid and do dungeons? If I'm not able to unlock new gear, why will I continue? Or at least if I'm not able to unlock new power on my gear, why will I continue to raid? Because remember, raiding is a very big part of World of Warcraft. The way things are set up, gearing is a very big part of World of Warcraft. So I feel like horizontal progression won't work too well in WoW. Glorious, that would drive so many people up the wall. That would not work.
Machines must be preserved.
Plus can add leveling type of weapons and gear instead of just character numbers. Other games got it. Zero thing, yes, but remember, it's important to remember that just because other games have it doesn't mean it will work in WoW. So by that logic, I could say, well, Blizzard should add guns because Call of Duty has them, right? I know I'm being very facetious and very hyperbolic, but fundamentally, that's the point. The way World of Warcraft is built, the way in which raiders raid in World of Warcraft, gear power level has become It's a stock standard part of the community. Because you have to remember this. How do most players in World of Warcraft approach gearing? Number goes up, better gear. That's how most players approach gearing in World of Warcraft. And it has been this way forever. It is how the entire community is set up. If you then started turning this around and saying, well, no, actually we're going to stop with that, and instead what we're going to do is do this horizontal gear progression, where it's not power but rather abilities on the gear, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get an entire community to switch their mindsets to a new type of understanding of gearing. And that change can sometimes chase people away. Like you will get people that quit the game because they don't understand it. And before you think to yourself, well, you know, what does that matter? Most people in today's day and age don't really want to figure things out. So they're going to look at new pieces of gear and they're going to be like, I don't understand this. I don't want to play this. And they're just going to quit. Take a look, for example, how did people react to Plunderstorm? Plunderstorm was a phenomenal piece of content. And I'm so proud of Blizzard for taking the risk. But what did people do the second they realized that Plunderstorm wasn't what they expected? Because remember, Plunderstorm was a lot of WoW players' first ever experience with Battle Royale. A lot of WoW players literally refused to do Plunderstorm because they didn't understand it. You go in, you get all of these abilities, you leave, and then you lose everything. This is bullshit. They just did not want to play that way. So it's always important to remember what is the community trained for and what can the community handle. If you make too many decisions or too many changes too quickly, the community just stops playing. Why would I deal with this?
Thank you.
Weasel Senpai, 42 months, part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you. You're far too kind. Thunderstorm being FOMO was what put me off. I just want permanent features I can casually play 3 months from now. Ms. Mossy, that I did disagree with. I also, that pissed me off as well. But I can promise you a lot of people were not complaining because it's FOMO. Kimmy, how you doing? Totally squished without changing any level numbers. The OP of 70s at the start of the plummeting DPS of new 80s. They have done this a while. There was a slight squish, but you can look at the numbers and see that that squish isn't anywhere near as big as it's supposed to be. Stefan, how you doing, brother?
Conversation terminated.
What's going on in here?
What the fuck just happened?
Looks like you should have brought some bigger
I was winning.
Guess what? We did. Now's easy.
Oh, here we go.
Facility reactivated. War golems are active and back in production.
Well, here we go.
Pack it up, team. I know when we're beat.
Moonerlight, how you doing? Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate your welcome to the channel. Thank you. Vertical J, how you doing? Thunderstorm wasn't my thing at all, but I did play it enough to get the outfit. I was happy they were experimenting with stuff. Why did you guys not like Plunderstorm? Can I just ask? Why did you guys not like it? Personally, I loved Remix and played the shiz out of it. Much love as always. Keep up the good work from Israel. Weasel Senpai, very happy to have you here, bro. Barrel Crabs, how you doing, fam? I wanted to ask your opinion about a certain subject that is annoying me recently. But it is a lot of people complaining about how Blizzard is pushing the narrative of Titans doing questionable stuff, and they are calling it a modern audience retcon. I'm not sure how would it be. I mean, unless of course you're making the argument that I am part of the modern audience crowd, which would really put a lot of questionable stuff on my second channel, where I'm 100% against the modern audience bullshit. I've been calling the Titans evil for a long time. I feel like the only people who think the Titans aren't evil are people who don't know shit about the lore. Like, if you don't know the lore well enough and you didn't read the Chronicles and you didn't look at the history of the Titans, then sure, you could say the Titans aren't evil, but anyone that knows what the Titans have been doing, I've been saying that Titans are evil since Legion. So, I'm not entirely sure, you know, like, what else to say. I'm not saying you're, no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying if people are making the argument that the Titans retcon is a modern audience retcon, that makes no sense. That's how I feel sometimes.
I read
On your side for that. Maggot, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Blunderstorm was a too fast kind of game for me. That's why I disliked it. And it was a massive grind, which just consumed real life time. I get that, but most battle royales are usually very fast. It's part of the allure of them. And they are going to be a grind. It's going to be a slog. This is why I think the biggest mistake for Blunderstorm was the FOMO bit of it. The fact that people couldn't just do Blunderstorm for the funsies whenever they felt like it. It was sort of like the FOMO part of it made people feel like if I don't do it every day, all day, I might miss out. Now, lucky for me, I couldn't give two shits about the stuff that you collect in Blunderstorm. So I just played it for fun. Whenever. I didn't unlock anything because, yeah, I didn't have that much time. But when I did have time, I played it. And I enjoyed it, right? But that's because I don't care about collecting anything in-game. And I like because it wasn't polished enough, nor had enough depth that I wanted. It was very streamlined. It was fun, but not enough for me to spend more than 1 or 2 hours at most. And that's fair. Shadow Rodney, how you doing? Lich King already planted those seeds, didn't they, with Algalon? Yep. Well, players are character progression type of people. Most of them don't like MOBAs and Battle Royale, where every game is a fresh start. I think most WoW players just really don't play other games, right? But barrels, it's sort of like the exact same argument that I've made. I literally just saw a comment on one of my videos from 2 days ago where someone says, so are you just not going to talk about how woke the War Within is? And I wanted to respond and say, give me the example of the woke stuff in the War Within. Now, from what I can tell, the only bit that I've seen thus far that felt a little bit sort of out of place and a little bit forced is this one character that goes by they rather than just he or she, which, sure, you know, that's a bit of a politically charged thing. But other than that, it's been a phenomenal story told phenomenally well. You see, the problem is that we have in this world, and this is no one's fault. Well, it's the developer's fault for the most part, but the problem is we are now in an era where the second players see a female character, they immediately think, oh, DEI, right? And it's not because they're being misogynistic or because they're being this or that or the other. It's because 90% of the games that come out with female characters in the lead, the characters are written terribly. The game makes no sense. You can tell that this game is just political garbage. So it's the developers hurting female characters. And then players are responding. Now, both sides are wrong. You should judge a character based on that character, not based on a bunch of other games that have nothing to do with this game. In The War Within, are there a bunch of female characters? Absolutely. There's almost all of the main characters are female. Is every single one of those female characters written phenomenally well? Absolutely. Does that make it DEI? No. Because the whole point of DEI is that the character is only there because it's a diversity hire. But if you have a character that is phenomenally well written, the story is very interesting, and the character makes a lot of sense, then that by definition is no longer a DEI character, right? It is a good character that should be there. The only problem I have ever had with politically charged games is when people take shortcuts to try and win brownie points with the woke crowd. It's the only time I've ever had a problem with it. You want to have a black character as the main character? Go for it. But then write a good fucking character, right? Don't just take a white Spider-Man and then make it black Spider-Man. Do you not believe that black people deserve their own franchises? So in your mind, it's okay to give them scraps rather than write an actual new story that makes sense and that is good. Like, that's what I hate. I don't like when I see that because it's just lazy. And it's only lazy because they think that they're going to score a bunch of points and they're going to make a bunch of money. But if you do the work, right, and you make a really good character, I couldn't give two shits what race the character is. Like, genuinely, I couldn't care less. As long as I can see that there was genuine passion in what you did, and it wasn't just for you to win a bunch of political brownie points. And I don't believe that that is what's happening in The War Within. There is political topics and political subjects, of course, but they make sense, they fit. I've not seen anything. The only time I cringed in the entire game was when they said they. And that took fucking 2 seconds and it was done, so, you know, did I care? Not really. You know, it is what it is. Found out depicting bearded female. Okay, so can I just say, we need to stop with this bearded female dwarf bullshit. Who is the father of fantasy? And Michael, I'm not saying you're doing this, but I see a lot of people complaining about this. Who is the father of fantasy? It's Tolkien. What is the one thing that is confusing about dwarfs in Tolkien's universe? The fact that it is almost impossible to differentiate between male and female dwarfs. Because female dwarfs have beards. This is Tolkien. Tolkien. He's the father of this shit. So, quite frankly, if people say, oh, this is just the DEI stuff, it's like, well, go back to Tolkien and speak to him. And if you think Tolkien was some left-wing nutcase, you're out of your mind. The dude was a hardcore Christian apologist, right? The entire Lord of the Rings is written on Christianity and based on Christian principles. So the idea that Tolkien was going to be this giant left-wing woke nutcase is like, what are you talking about? Like, not at all. So yeah, it's just like, whatever. Zero. Be careful when you make claims about the Bible that you've not researched. The Bible only appears as fantasy to people who don't know anything about it. But it's fine. If Grandfather Tolkien said it's okay, then it's okay. Well, yeah, he's the GOAT. Like, how can anyone disagree with Tolkien? Plus, he's basically elves come from him. he wrote most of the lore that most fantasy universes are based on today. So there is nothing wrong with female dwarfs having beards. Just there is nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly in line with what the lore says about dwarves. It's when Gimli is speaking with Eowyn, I believe, Two Towers. Yeah, in the movies, that's when Gimli says it. In the actual lore, I think it's in the Simulacrum, or it could actually be in some of his unfinished letters where he describes the different races. And so Tolkien went into a lot of detail about language and culture and, you know, that sort of thing. I think it's in there where he describes what female dwarfs look like, what male dwarfs look like. He wrote about the culture, about how they do this, that, or the other. So it's like a whole story, right? And I think they just added that in. Zero, there's a lot of people complaining about a lot of things. The one thing I've learned being a YouTuber and being a streamer and being on Twitter is that no matter what happens, there will always be someone that complains about it. Like, dude, you could promise free blowjobs to the whole world and there would be someone complaining that they really just wanted a hand job instead. Like, this is just, it is what it is. That you can't stop it. This is just life at the moment. You just have to accept it.
I attend to the archive.
It was touch and go there for a bit, but if anyone could seize a victory out of this, I knew it would be you. Please return to the emissary in Donegal and communicate our victory. Go with my thanks, and with the knowledge that the machine speakers are indebted to you again.
Return if you have more queries.
Please take word of our victory to Illyria in Donegal. I'm sure our allies will be pleased to hear what we can provide for the war.
May the deeps continue to ring.
HV, how you doing, bro? Danmo, how you doing? If it's perfect, someone will bitch. Bro. It's like owls having pointy ears. I thought that was common knowledge. You'd be surprised how uncommon common knowledge is. It's kind of like common sense. I do you offer free blowies. I wanted a sad hand job. About dwarf women. This is the mention in book. Indeed, this strangeness they have that no man or elf has ever seen a beardless dwarf, unless he were shaven in mockery, and would then be more like to die of shame than of many other hurts that to us would seem more deadly. For the Naugrim have beards from the beginning of their lives, male and female alike, nor indeed can their womankind be discerned by those of other races, be it in feature or gait or in voice, nor in any wise save this that. Yeah, there you go, guys. Get to join the stream before work. Danmo, I'm happy to have you here, bro. Z Vengeance, how you doing, sir? Females so far, and now out of nowhere, stone dwarves and robot dwarves suddenly have hair and beards. And they put it in there because they had the Tolkien argument to protect it. Personally, I think they look like shit. I don't care about the DI shit. The thing is, I've spoken to 4 girls who made earthen dwarfs, and I'm yet to meet a single girl that has an earthen dwarf with a beard. So, yes, but this is the main thing, right? These developers live in Los Angeles, and in Los Angeles, this is the cool thing to do. And so they do it, right? Because they think this is how the whole world thinks. Does it matter? No. Does it take away from the story? No. Do most people want female characters with beards? No. If they did, girls wouldn't be spending as much time waxing their upper lip just to not have a fucking mustache. So, fact of fact, it is all bullshit, but who cares, right? Fundamentally, let them waste their money if they want. I highly doubt that anyone outside of maybe some people who want to... maybe some people who want to... like, do it for the funny, maybe? You might get some people that want to be a bit funny, and then they do that. The beard? Miss Marcy, you made a dwarf with a beard? Really? Send me a picture. I want to see this shit. And it's strictly a dwarf thing. Not all female races have beard options. Look, fundamentally, I will say the exact same thing to this as I said with Cyberpunk 2077, when people were complaining that characters can be... female characters can have penises and male characters can have vaginas. And the same thing I said with Baldur's Gate 3. It is a role-playing game. Fundamentally, as long as every single female character in the game isn't by default given a beard and you can't play any other way, who gives a fuck? Don't make the beard. You know, it is that simple. No one should give a fuck about this, right? The only time I care is when it's forced on me. Like, if you suddenly force me to start doing shit, that's when I get angry. But in a role-playing game, just wanting to give people more options, I could not care less. If you want to waste your money on that nonsense, please. Don't let me stand in your way. It is important to know which battles are worth fighting. Because if you fight every single battle, you're never going to stop fighting. I fight the battles that matter, that I think is important. And if a battle really doesn't rise to the level where I think this is an important topic or an important subject, I just won't fight it. Sounds very un-orcish of you. Yeah, but I'm not an orc IRL. Rakan, yes, but that is now just bog standard, right? And again, I think this will change. I think it will change in time.
There's much left to do.
It is what it is. Trog defeats all challenges, Lochtoro Gar, real war chief stuff. Dude, IRL, I would probably be more like an ogre. Orcs aren't fat. So if we're gonna go IRL, I'm probably like an ogre or some like fat fuck in the game somewhere. Definitely not an orc. They've got muscles, bro. Have you not seen that? They have muscles and shit. Yeah, like a panda maybe. Except I can't do kung fu. What amazing news, Akalon. The war golems awaken and march against our enemies once again. Just like in times past. Your contribution to the cause of the machine speakers and to all of the earthen will not be forgotten. I thank you.
No. We need to match the raw strength of Ansarek's ascended monstrosities. War golems give us a way to do that. Well done.
You're welcome. Sorry. I'm just quickly changing batteries here. Orkil Terran, big strong arms and a gut. Not about strong arms, but thank you. Machine speakers, praise the Omnisci. Let's go. I like that. Oh, fuck. Bro, I forgot I had a coffee and now it's cold as shit. Man. I've been sipping on this shit and I had a nice cup of coffee right next to me. I am very annoyed. No, I will not drink cold coffee. That is disgusting. Get a Yeti mug. Keeps it hot for several hours. How much does a Yeti mug cost? because I don't like spending money. Mom, you take that back. I don't own a microwave, Matt. Yeah, Ghost, I'm the same there. I need coffee to be this hot. Ooh. That's how you know now you're good. Akko's a cheap guy. I'm not cheap. I'm functional. There is a difference. I don't like owning things that I don't use often. I don't use microwaves often because I don't eat old food ever. Like if I make food tonight and I don't eat it, I will not eat it tomorrow. I throw it away or I give it to the dogs. I don't like old food. So a microwave would be completely lost on me. I mean, I've been off the carnivore for a while. I just do natural now, Grofile. Old food is for poor people. This has nothing to do with poverty. I don't make an obscene amount of food every single night and then throw like hundreds of dollars worth of food away. What I do is I make food, but then sometimes I'll make like a steak, for example, and say 2 potatoes and some veggies. And then by the time I'm done with the steak and done with the veggies, I get maybe like quarter of the potatoes in. And now I'm full. Well, what the fuck do I do now? I don't want to keep eating. I'm full. I don't want to eat anymore. So I just throw the potato away because, you know, over budget. And the problem is I can't know because some days I can eat all of that. And then other days I just can't eat all of that. And then it is what it is, you know? You gotta make it work. Me and my husband technically have leftovers because we do meal prep for the week. I don't do meal prep. I'm too lazy for that shit. The rest of the potato to make potato salad for the next day? Nah, bro. I don't like old food. Yeah, the doggos like it. I got to level 76 and the campaign stopped. Do I have to do side quests? Profile, how did the campaign stop? What do you mean? Yeah, so the MSQ alone will not get you fully to max level. You can do a couple of delves, you can do some dungeons if you want, or you can just do some side quests. Basically anything. It's up to you how you want to get to max level. Shouldn't be killed off ever. Let her ascend to godhood, the Lady of Darkness or something. Yeah, I can get behind that, Michael. Beef jerky is so expensive? Wait, why is beef jerky so expensive? Oh, there you go. Booster Tom just said delve quests apparently give shit tons of XP, so go do that. And this thing, I'm picking up every quest in every zone me and my husband go into. Dude, that's the way to play. Yeah, jerky is expensive everywhere, but I have an entire bag filled with jerky for tonight after band practice. Well, actually not band practice. Tonight we're doing full dress rehearsal. So it's band practice, it's choir practice, it's running through the whole program. And then when I get back, I have like a bag with assorted jerkies and stuff. Dried sausage, dried cabanossi, which is like a pig sausage, dried biltong, and smoked cabanossi as well. That's dried. That shit is fire. Brittle J, I agree. If you've never had biltong before, you have to have biltong. Cabanossi with cheese? No, this one isn't with cheese. This one is just normal dried pig sausage, but it's completely dried out. It is beautiful. Just exotic dried meats. This guy is an ogre. Mossy, yes, absolutely. I am a freak for dried meats. There is something special about. Let me show you guys what I got. I want to show you. I'll be right back.
China!
Gentlemen, we are dealing with someone here who has absolutely no life.
All right. Let me. So, this is the bag.
How do I reach these keys? I reach these keys.
So this is the first bag. This is biltong. All right. Just your bog standard. Nothing too special. Just that, right? It's good. Then we have this. This is a smoked cabanossi. This is smoked. This is gorgeous. Like, you can smell the smoke on this. It is phenomenal. Absolutely insane. Smells amazing. Then we have this, which is flat sausage. You can see there. It's flattened sausage. Don't ask me why, but it changes the taste. I don't know why, but it does change the taste. And then the final one is this. Normal sausage. Normal dried sausage. And it is good, bro. Listen to this. I don't know if you can hear that, but it cracks. This is beef. This is pork. Cabanossi is pork. The flash sausage is beef. And this is beef after. Take some beef, please. Call them an Oz. Cybrex, it's called Drovors here. The Vengeance, what did you just link me? We are specialists on dried meats. Dried cured meats. Ooh. That looks decent. It's entirely possible. I don't think Cabanossi is South African, but it is very similar. So, for example, whenever you go to certain stores, they will sometimes sell Cabanossi as dried salami, as if it's interchangeable. Now, technically, dried salami is also really good. There's nothing wrong with it. But specifically here, Cabanossi is made slightly different, but it has to be dried because it's not good otherwise. At least not for me. Chinese version of these in my place is cylinder like sausage. Well, the ones that I have is a cylinder as well, right? In soup and stuff like this. Oh no, we eat it just like that. So you take this one, for example. This is Cabanossi, but it's smoked, right? I took the smoked one. There's a normal version of this as well. I just decided to try the smoked one. But yeah, you can see it here. It's... That's the inside of it. It's really good. Dude, it smells like a fire. I wouldn't put this on pizza. It's too dry. What happens is it goes hard if you apply heat to it. If you apply heat to it, it gets too hard. That you won't be able, it'll break your teeth. But you can use the uncured one. So the one after they've made the sauce, you can go to any butcher and you can say, listen here, I want Cabanossi that has not been dried yet. And then they'll give that to you. And you can put that on pizza. You know, I paid... I paid 224 rand to dollar. So all of that you just saw was $12. What kind of meat is that for $12? Beef. Beef and pork. Yeah. I have told you guys this before. I continue to say it. You wanna save money? Move to South Africa. There will be a new video that goes live in 1 hour and 10 minutes. And then there will be more new videos day after that, and day after that, and day after that. There's a bunch of new videos on Patreon for any patrons that might be interested. If you guys are wondering why I'm just sort of chilling at the minute, I have to go. My voice needs a rest before band practice tonight. So, and I have band practice at 6 o'clock, so I'm just hanging out with you guys until 5. And then I need to rest my voice, do some voice exercises so that I can sing tonight. But, oh, I should mention this. Tomorrow we're not going to have a Baron's chat, but we are going to stream from normal, from 1 o'clock. We'll be streaming for 2 or 3 hours until, because tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, I have the church's Jubilee. It starts tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We have like a massive barbecue at church. And then Saturday, I'm all day at church. And then Sunday, all day at church as well. But I will be live tomorrow afternoon until 5 o'clock or maybe 4:30. We'll have to go. No. Tell us. So I am in the choir, right? But after they heard me sing, they asked if I would be interested in singing one of the solo songs with the church band. Now, my church doesn't normally have a band, but they formed a band for the Jubilee. And originally it was going to be the pastor that sings, but then after they heard me sing at the choir, they asked if I would do it instead. So I was like, yeah, okay. I definitely can sing. Yeah. I would say if I couldn't sing, I ended up spending about $50,000 on nothing. Because I'm classically trained as a singer. So clearly, you know, if I couldn't sing, that would have been money down the drain. So yeah. I remember you singing that Jaina Proudmoore song. Am I tripping? Yeah, I did sing that. What I'll do is, so in order for this to work, YouTube, I'm gonna have to end the YouTube stream. Let me just see if I still have that music. I don't think I do, but I might. I recorded songs years ago. This was during my university. We had to record 5 songs. In a studio, the whole 9 yards. But I can't remember if I still have them, so. I may have deleted them. If I deleted them, they're gone forever, because I have them nowhere else. If I did save them, where would I have saved them? Dude, I think I actually deleted them. Oh, that sucks. Because I threw away the I threw away the CD for this long ago. I'm going through my documents here, but I don't think I have them anymore. And it doesn't look like it updated either. Yeah. I may have deleted them. Oh, that sucks. I could have sworn I did make an update. That is why my OCD always makes me need to save something at least twice. Yeah, but this is it. I'm pretty sure I did save it twice. I just can't remember where. But I'm fairly certain I did. Bill said goodbye already and it's awkward now? See, Vengeance, well, I told you I'm not saying goodbye yet. The fact that you guys said goodbye, that's on you, no? Okay, so I didn't save it here. Didn't save it there. Definitely didn't throw it into install files. Not there. Not there. Not there. Window apps. Wow. No. Not there. Yeah, boys, it looks like I actually just deleted it. Frederick is no, I never update things to the cloud. As a general rule, I don't update things to the cloud. Because, well, I really hate it. I don't trust the cloud. Dude, this is actually a little upsetting because I don't remember. Oh, never mind. I have it. I found it. I know where it is. I found it. It was in the last place I thought to look, but I do have it. Okay. I am going to end the YouTube stream. If you are on YouTube, come over to Twitch so that I can play it. And then yeah. Then you guys should be able to hear it. But anyways, YouTube, thank you so much. The only reason I can't play it there is all of these songs are copyrighted. And YouTube are sons of bitches for copywriting. So yeah, sadly, I have to go on YouTube so I can play it on Twitch. Alright. See you guys hopefully over on Twitch. If not, see you tomorrow on the main channel. Remember that. Peace.